Good. Crazy hair that day.
Oh, got that freaking muscle out, tan and everything. But
Farmer's tan.
I don't know anything about that. You don't have to watch the video. That's embarrassing.
So,
go to the
nice
comments.
Video from Sea-Drop. We're talking about Sea-Drop's comment.
Hold on, let's pause this guy. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Josh Jorgensen.
No. Thanks for the video. That's the dude. What's his name? Something C. Okay, right here. Sea-Drop.
Nice video. If you had your own truck, what would be the best trailer to earn the most?
No. Hold on, maybe we got a thread going here. Okay, this is it. So these questions, read those questions, and then what are your thoughts right off the bat? Read them loud.
I'm a truck driver also. I'm working for a company right now, and I'm just dreading to have my own truck and move my own loads. But I noticed that now you have to have a tractor with enough horsepower for a different type of trailers, like a flatbed, reefer van, etc. Also, I don't know how owner-operators can live with $1.80 per mile. Unfortunately, brokers are charging a lot of money for a load. The business for a truck owner, I think, is hooking up with a company without somebody in the middle.
All right, hold on.
That is taking a piece of your cake. Do you know what I mean?
No, I'm not. Now I'm not paused. Okay, so what are your thoughts on that, Adam? We should be sitting the other way, but it's okay.
Owner-operators can live with $1.80 a mile. I think you can live with $1.80 a mile, though. You can live with it. It's you're gonna still turn a profit as long as you're the one driving it. I mean, we make money at $1.80 a mile with
Drivers.
Employees in our trucks.
Yeah. Well, my thought is, who's making you buy a truck? I mean, it's not like you have to buy a truck to be successful.
No.
I mean, I don't think you should buy a truck if you don't want to buy a truck. There's a book called, what the heck is it called? Do you know that book where they encourage you to don't start a business that you like? If you're a good employee in that business, that doesn't mean you should start a business in that business, because running a business and being a good employee are two different things.
Sure.
I can't remember what the book's called. Do you have any idea?
No.
I think it's like 1 Minute Manager or something. I don't know. That's probably wrong, but okay. So based off of what I said, you got any other thoughts?
If you're dreading having your own truck, I wouldn't do it. But if you want to have your own truck and you want to be your own boss, there's plenty of opportunities out there. And you can make money at $1.80 a mile, but it's not really about the $1.80 a mile in the beginning. It's you got to build some customers, and eventually, within months, something's going to fall into your lap where you're going to be able to. It's just going to make sense. It might take a few months.
Yeah, I think worst case scenario, you're looking at $1.80 a mile. But we have awesome, like non-worst case scenario freight that pays $1.80 a mile because there's conveniences to it. You know, it's like could be every day with no hassles, or you could, I don't know. I mean, it's just the big key is there is definitely a difference between like an owner operator that feels like they need us, you know, in their mind to make so much money a day because they're trading time for dollars, and then somebody like Adam and me that have, you know, like multiple assets, and when you're not working for it, like with your heart, you know, when you're sitting at Starbucks and your truck only does $50 today, but you have 10 of them, so you made $500 today, it's not as big of a deal. So like, and I understand you don't have 10 trucks and you don't have, you know, you don't, that's not what you're asking, but I'm just saying, so it's a little bit different for us, but we still started there. I mean, you started hauling freight for one customer, and I don't think it was near $1.85. I mean, it was a lot of years ago, but
Yeah, it was 10 years ago, and it was $1.30 a mile. But we were getting a good deal on fuel, and it made sense because we were getting consistent work. It's all about if you can find consistent work at that $1.80 a mile. If your work is spotty at $1.80 a mile, it might not work. But if you can find something that's every day, 5 days a week, $1.80 a mile, you can make. I mean, I have 2 trucks right now that they're only making $1.80 a mile, but we run 6 days a week. And it makes sense. It's $825 a day. It's not even huge miles, but we can easily turn a profit on that every
and
day.
is that the one where you can schedule backhauls and stuff, or are you talking something
yeah,
different?
we go down empty, so we can
yeah.
turn that $1.80 into $3 a mile if we want to. But
the nice thing about what he's talking about, or what we're talking about with that specific job, that it only pays $1.80, is that it's so consistent that you can pretty much just at will, whenever you see a backhaul that makes sense, just take it. Like, you don't have to try to figure out and see if it's going to work and screw around and jack around. It's like, well, I had that load yesterday. Are we going to the same place? You know exactly what you're doing every day, and you turn the classic base hit into a huge home run, depending on the backhauls. But when you took that work, I mean, you weren't really. We were hoping you would get backhauls that we didn't know, and we didn't. It just doesn't always sound sexy, but $1.80 a mile is more than likely, with the freedom that you will have from it, and it's important to say the tax savings too. I mean, it's worth it to do, unless you're going to be, especially if you would like to step up into more trucks, right?
yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Maybe if you just are going to do one truck, it might not be worth. Maybe it's worth just finding a really good company to work for. What's the name of your company? Just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding. But no, I don't know. I mean, when I had one truck, I had 3 kids and a wife, and my wife didn't work. And I mean, I provided. It was definitely tighter than it is now, but I don't know. I felt like it was a good life still, even if that was all it was.
yeah.
I mean,
And you never know that customer. You show them you're good and you're reliable, and within months they could be throwing you something extra on top of that run per day. I don't know. It happens all the time for me. That customer that pays $1.80 a mile just called me 2 weeks ago, and they want me to quote backhauls to that location, to that same location.
And
it's only going to be like 3 days a week, but it's gonna turn into something really good. I have another customer that was paying $2 a mile, and we did such a good job for him that now they've told me, don't look for backhauls. We're gonna pay you round trip. Come straight back. Don't screw around with the backhauls. We want you back here the next day. And it's all about service. If you can provide a good service, they're gonna up what they're doing with you, and eventually you're gonna find something that just totally makes sense.
Yeah, and then something to point out is, it's perceived that going direct is like you're making all this money. Like your question that you said, basically, like somebody's in between the money, and then now I'm only making $1.80. Well, Adam is talking about a direct customer, and they only pay $1.80. But a lot of times there's less BS when you go direct than when you're dealing with a broker, and then they're jacking you around and stuff like that. But that's not always the case either. I mean, it just depends what your relationship is and stuff. But the main thing is that we have direct clients, and we're not making $2.50 all the time or $3 a mile because of direct clients. We do, but it's definitely the base hit home run scenario. I mean, it's not like that's just what it is, and we command that all the time. So I really feel like trucking, if you really want to do really well, is a volume game. Unless you're heavy hauling,
Yeah,
you know.
it always goes back to me to what you always tell me is the longer you stay in the game, the easier it gets, and the easier these opportunities will happen. You know, a year and a half ago, rates were crazy, but you had to be, in order to see those crazy high rates that we don't see now, but in order to see those $3 a mile rates, you had to have been in the game for a while before you saw that spike that happened. How long did that last? Maybe 6 months, a year?
A year, and we really cleaned up then.
We weren't even involved in the drive-in stuff or
No.
any of the over-the-road stuff, but rates were crazy high. But in order to get those, you had to have been playing and be in the game for the year before. Because the guys, like, we tried to jump into it at that point. We were like a month late, you know, and we never saw those $3 a mile roads.
Yep.
But eventually, someday, there's going to be more freight than trucks again, and we're going to see it. Someday it's going to happen because the trucking industry just goes up and down, up and down. Too many trucks, not enough trucks. And that's when the rates spike, and now they're low again. There's too many trucks and not enough freight.
All right. Get to work.
So, yeah.
You're welcome.